Hello and welcome to the Martin Yale Live Expo. I'm Amanda and you'll be hearing my voice for this demo, and you're seeing Samantha. She's our customer service manager, and she is going to show us how to laminate some greeting cards on our ALM 3222. Just a quick note before we get started. Due to the volume of attendees we've seen today, we're not able to take any questions via the live chat, but please feel free to call us. The number is 888-202-5579, and we'll be able to answer any questions or get you any information you have. Or if you have the information for your sales rep, please feel free to reach out to them direct, and they'll be able to get you information as well. All right, let's get started. Today we have some greeting cards that we're going to laminate just one side of. This is to make them look glossy and shiny on the top, but then you can fold them up and you can still write on them on the inside. Samantha's going to show us how to load the film. This unit's not warmed up yet, so we're going to it's called cold threading the film. You can also thread it warm, but this is going to help avoid some of the heat from the rollers. You want to unlock the rollers and then open the front like Samantha just did. She's going to load the top roll first. As you can see, there's a black stripe on the end of that core. The black stripe corresponds with the black dot on your film holder there. And that's to make sure that your lamination is in correctly. On the end of this roll is on the bottom is our RFID cap. This cap tells the machine what film's in it, how much film's left on the roll. So this is going to set the temperature for us, which makes it nice and easy. That is adjustable. We can talk about that a little bit more later. For this application, the bottom roll is a release film. That's why it was shiny and clear. There is no adhesive on this. We're going to peel that layer off when we're done. You see the bar that Samantha just pulled out and put back in? That just helps us thread the film in the correct order. We're going to turn the machine on. You hear a beep. And then overlap this film. This is the easiest way we have found to thread the film and load this machine, although there are other ways. Just get a lamination card. We're just using a piece of cardboard. Any stiff piece of cardboard works. There's also official threading cards if you want to use those. And then there's a feed button in the back of the machine. And that manual feed is just going to feed our film through along with after we lock the rollers. Going to feed our material through with the lamination. As it comes out the back here, we want to make sure that the top and the bottom rolls are both coming out the exit. And this is not going to be laminated yet just because we just turned the machine on, so it's not warm yet. And this also saves our threading cards so we can reuse it because there won't be anything adhered to our cardboard. Now in the back here, there's also some side cutters. They do have micro adjustments so you can precise flush cut or exact border and capsule your material. So you pull the film apart here, pull our threading card out of the way. And we're just going to wait on this machine to warm up. Typically takes 3 to 5 minutes. So let's talk about some of the other features we have here. This machine laminates, trims, and stacks documents in a single pass. It is almost hands-free operation. It does have heated rollers. Those are the orange rollers that we saw on the inside. This helps for crystal clear, scratch-free lamination. Handles up to 13-inch wide sheets. The standard mode does go up to 19 inches long. There's also a built-in long mode operation that'll help you with banner length prints or just longer paper if you have that. Today we're using a 1.2 mil matte top film, but the unit does handle up to 10 mil film if you're just doing the border cut. Samantha's just adjusting the tension here so that we can flatten out our film and make it nice and pretty once we put our greeting cards in. It runs up to about 68 inches per minute, and that also depends on the speed, and also the temperature is adjustable, so you can adjust that to get it exactly how you want the laminate to look. Our front feed tray does have a retarder adjustment, and that will help you for thicker or thinner stock. Also a skew knob on the side. Does handle up to 130-pound cover. If you're going to cut through the cover stock and the film, you'll want to use a thinner film. So again, it all just depends on your total thickness. Temperature ranges from 170 to 270 degrees Fahrenheit. There's an operation panel on the front. It's got an LCD display. Green for go, red for stop. Makes it really easy. So our temperature, speed, and trim settings are also done through this particular display. It's a standard 120 volt machine. You just plug it into the wall. No special power is required on this one. And this unit does come with a 180-day warranty. And you can register your machines at martinyale.com/register. They also give you some other options for extended warranties if you want that. But the warranty does cover any kind of manufacturing defects, parts, and labor for the first 6 months of operation. It does come with the cart that you see it sitting on. This is our standard ALM 3222 lamination cart. And as I learned earlier today, the little protrusions on the bottom are to keep the cart from tipping over. It's been a while since I've learned something new, so that was kind of neat to find out for me earlier today. I'm not sure if you heard the beep, but it did beep to tell us it's ready. So we're going to close the covers here. Samantha's going to run it through a little bit first, just to make sure that it's actually working. There's a manual cut in the back, so you can cut the lamination off. That way you don't have the excess in the front. So she just hit the start button. Going to run one sheet through here first, just to make sure everything is working correctly. Now, because of that RFID cap on there, it does automatically set the speed, and that's going to adjust for whatever lamination film that you have. And like we mentioned before, totally adjustable. So if you feel like it's getting too hot, or if it's not running through fast enough, you can definitely speed that up or slow it down, just to make sure that you get the clarity and exactly what you want. And load a couple more sheets in the feed tray here while this one's going through. And it cut the leading edge off. There is a sensor in there to kind of help see the leading edge. And then it's going to see the back edge as well, just because it can see through the film. So once it hits the light on the film, it's able to cut it and push it the rest of the way out. This should give us a nice matte film for your greeting card. And that way the front looks really nice. Helps with durability also as well. But you want to be able to write on the inside, so that's why we're going to just peel the back off. You hear it cut the back edge, and it's going to feed the rest out. Samantha's going to pull that piece out of there as it's starting to pull the next sheet in. And see, we'll pull the backing off there, and it just pulls right off, usually. And there you have your single-side laminated greeting card, which looks wonderful, thanks to our crack marketing department and Sophia. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to get a hold of us. You can always reach us at martinyale.com, or our hotline number, the 888-202-5579, and we are happy to answer any questions or get you any information that you need. We also have some other stuff going on today. This is our live stream for lamination machines, obviously. We also have other demos going on throughout our expo, including later on you're going to see the Element Series laminator. And we've also got the RD435 die cutter stream. You'll definitely want to go check that out. Do you want to thread it the other way? We are going to cut this film off. We'll let the page go through. And Samantha's going to show you how to thread it hot, which I know sounds like a super cool term, but it's really not. It just means it's hot. The machine's hot. But yep, as you could just load this machine up, you put a stack on it, you hit the go button, and you walk away from it. It does shut off when it's done. It's going to beep to tell us that it's empty, and then it's just going to shut off. It does have a cool down mode and also like a power saving mode. So after it's shut off for a while, or after it's empty for a while, it is going to shut itself off to kind of help save some energy for you. I'm just going to cut this lamination. This is what you would do if you needed to change rolls, or if you were done with this job and wanted to get on to your next one. You just cut this off in front of the rollers. You want to make sure that the film does not come into contact with the rollers. If the adhesive touches those orange heated rollers, It does make a little bit of a sticky mess, and it's cleanable, but it's not fun. So we don't want to do that. So she just pulled the lamination film out, no big deal. So basically we're going to do almost the exact same thing. You overlap the film over that threading bar there. And there is a little arrow on the inside of the machine on each side to try to point you towards which hole inside the frame that that particular bar threads into. It's spring loaded, so it comes in and out with no tools. Take your top lamination, put it down, your bottom lamination goes over it. This again is the adhesive not touching the rollers. You just need a stiff threading card of some sort so that you can kind of push it in between those rollers. And then you just the manual feed button in the back. Lock your rollers down. And you just feed it right through there. You always want to kind of check the back end to make sure that it is coming out correctly. Just make sure that your film has not gotten wrapped around the rollers. That's not really a fun thing to clean up either. There is an exit chute on that particular cart that this machine is sitting on that the scrap falls down through. You can put a bin underneath there if you want, so it's easier to just throw it in the trash or recycle it. You see it's just going to run through here. And because this is warm, it should adhere while we're doing single-sided on this, so it only is going to stick to the top. So you just run it through, your threading card comes out, you hit your manual cut button and pull that piece out, and you are ready to go with whatever you have next, your next job. Or if you just had a bad sheet that you wanted to pull out or something in the middle, you can definitely do all that there. And again, just hit the start button. And it's going to pull that stack in for you without any manipulation, luckily. And that's our ALM 3222 laminator. So thanks for joining us today. Stay tuned for our next live stream. We'll be starting in a few minutes once we get reset for our next application. Thank you very much.